Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be the smear campaign. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So what is the smear campaign? For many of you veterans, you already know what this is. And if you do, please drop comments below. For you newbies on the channel, the smear campaign is something that most likely has been going on behind your back throughout the relationship, specifically post love bomb / euphoric stage, up and into and including the culmination of the relationship. This is when the narcissist will be saying untruths about you. They will be saying things that are not correct. They're not accurate. They many times will be saying things when you are in the relationship and have people question your relationship. Now, keep in mind, the narcissistic abusive cycle, it goes from the love bomb / euphoric stage, part 1, usually, to part 2, which is the devaluation stage and or when you enter the narcissistic fog. The third part is the discard or the ending of the relationship. And at times, the fourth part could be a hoover when the narcissist tries to repeat the cycle only at a shorter period of time and with more damage inflicted upon you. But for this video, the smear campaign, this happens after the first stage, after the love bomb or euphoric stage. It's when you are no longer the flavor of the month. It's when you have already fallen for the mask and the false narrative of the narcissist. It's when the narcissist knows that they have you. Keep in mind, you did not know what narcissism was when you entered the relationship. You had no idea. You just thought that probably that term was somebody that looked in the mirror at themselves a little too much. You're now getting the education on channels like mine and many others. And again, thank you very much for being here. You're getting the wisdom. You are coupling your experiences with the glossary, the definitions, the terms on the narcissistic abusive cycle. And the smear campaign is one term you certainly must learn. So when you're in the devaluation stage, or you were in the narcissistic fog trying to get back to that euphoric stage, you were working for the narcissist. You were giving of yourself. You were being future faked. You were being financially abused. You were being stonewalled, gaslit. You were being given the silent treatment. You experienced rage fits. Basically, you experienced a very toxic relationship or the attitude of a petulant child. That's what you did. And the narcissist knew this. They knew that they were each and every day insidiously chipping away at you and your foundation, because what they were doing is they were trying to extract you and your resources, and they wanted to build themselves up and to have you believe in the false narrative of the mask. Now that we mention all that, the smear campaign, this is when all of a sudden you are seeing some strange behaviors from people that you thought were closer to you. Perhaps they will be dropping hints like, well, you guys seem like you're doing okay. How are you really doing? Things like that. And you're like, who says that? What are you talking about? I've been married for X number of years. Like, but these kind of hints will happen and they'll set you back. You're like, I don't get it. I thought we were good friends. Like, why would you even drop something like that? The reason why somebody may drop something like that is because, again, the smear campaign, which means the person perhaps you fell in love with, your partner, who allegedly was on the same path as you, they are already dismantling the relationship while you are still in it. This does happen. And you may say to yourself, Andrew, I can't wrap my head around that. Who would do it? Narcissist would do it, or a toxic individual who is trying to set you up for the fall, which eventually will be the discard unless you figured it out first and you ended the relationship. Either way, when you are in a toxic narcissistic relationship, these are built on houses of sand and houses of cards, quicksand, if you will, and they're not meant to last. What they're meant to do is to keep you trapped in the relationship and to keep you working for this person who turned out to be the narcissist. Now, the smear campaign, it's unlike anything you've ever experienced because, first of all, why would someone want to smear another individual? There's no reason to do that. If you're living a healthy, abundant, genuine life, you want to be building people up, not tearing them down. You want to be working towards the same goals, not future faking. And you want to be authentic. You don't want to be deconstructive. Having said those things, the smear campaign, you will slowly, when you're in the relationship, you will be seeing cracks in the armor. You will be seeing certain behaviors from individuals that perhaps you thought that you were really close with, and now all of a sudden you're not as close with. Perhaps you aren't being invited to the barbecues like you used to be anymore, or perhaps you are not being sent on the text threads anymore, or emails, or you're not informed on what's going on. But you brush it aside. You say, no big deal. It's whatever. People move on. They live their best lives. It's no big deal. But then, boom, let's say you get discarded. Now your world is upside down. Everything is in a flash. It's not what you thought it was. And then eventually what you figure out is, okay, hey, I have a support system. I've got family members, I've got extended family members, I have friends, I have coworkers. And many of these people, not all of them, but many of them, they want nothing to do with you, and you can't figure it out. You're like, wait a minute, I was at this person's wedding. I was there when they had surgery. I was there, at their kids' sporting events, and all of a sudden they're MIA. Why are they MIA? Smear campaign. You see, the narcissist has been setting you up for this massive fall the whole time, and they were waiting for, most times what they do is they wait for a pivotal part in your life to implement not only the discard, but to kick the smear campaign in full gear. An example, let's say your favorite holiday is Halloween. And if it is, then perhaps you get discarded around Halloween. Well, that's difficult enough, number one, to end a relationship, number two, to be discarded, but number three, let's say 2 days before Halloween. And then when you have to figure out what narcissism is, putting yourself together, that takes a mountain of work. Now, when this happens, as an example, you're thinking that you're going to have a support system. You're going to have people that will be there for you, people to listen to you, people to be your sounding board, people to bounce things off of. It's not what happens many times. What happens many times is people want nothing to do with you because, again, the narcissist has smeared your name. They have told untruths, and they have told so many things that are not good about you that are not, in fact, reality, that people believe it, or they don't want anything to do with it, so they stay away from you, or they don't want to be involved, or they believe the false narrative of the narcissist. That's exactly what the narcissist wants. Keep this in mind, please. The narcissist is a coward and a bully. What they want to do is control relationships. They want to control virtually every relationship they become a part of. And that means neighbors, family members, friends, lovers, acquaintances, co-workers, people in organizations. That list goes on and on. That's what the narcissist wants. And that is exactly why they keep little bubbles of people, little groupies, if you will, of people apart from each other. That's why mysteriously some people pop up out of the blue and you're like, who's that? I've been married to you for X number of years. I've never heard of that person's name before. Oh, they're just a friend. Really? You see what I'm saying now? With the narcissist and in the toxic narcissistic relationship, there's no such thing as honesty on their behalf or genuineness or the truth. You get half-truths, or you get no information, or you get untruths, or you get a little sliver of truth. You don't get the actual one-on-one conversations that you would get from a healthier individual. And the narcissist knows this. And they also know when you're in the relationship, specifically when you're in the devaluation stage, they know exactly what they're about to do to you. They're just waiting for them to pull the trigger. They're waiting for themselves to pull the trigger. They're waiting to discard you, perhaps, for a moment in time when you were at your weakest. Perhaps, example, maybe you had to have a surgery or surgeries and you were at the lowest point. Maybe it was during a pandemic, let's say. Maybe it was perhaps, there are so many reasons why and when the narcissist selects the discard, but this video isn't about the discard, it's about the smear campaign. And the smear campaign is something that, unless you've gone through it, you can't wrap your head around it, because why would another individual try to tear you down, then build you up? Many times in life, healthier adults, if they don't have anything good to say, they'll say nothing at all. It's true. It's the way it is. Now, many times people say things to agitate other people. I get it. Those people have their own issues. But then there's the narcissist. And the narcissist wants to destroy, to deceive, to lie, to manipulate, and to take from. That's what they want to do. And the smear campaign is one way, again, that they isolate you from your family members, from your social circle, from your friends, from your job perhaps, from basically life. That's what they do. And they want to inflict as much damage on you as possible. That's why they do the smear campaign. And believe me when I tell you, all the people that believe the false narrative of the narcissist, not good. Why is it not good? I'll tell you why. Because those people didn't think for themselves. They believed one individual's toxic words and toxic behaviors, and they believed that side of the camp. They didn't take the time to understand perhaps your side of the equation. No. Why? Because they're not strong people themselves. Perhaps they like drama. Perhaps they like watching the discomfort. Perhaps they're afraid of the narcissist. Perhaps they know the narcissist is a narcissist and they don't want to be on the radar. So what do? They play ball with the narcissist. That is also called being cowardly. Not good. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great evening, afternoon, or morning, no matter where you are. Remember, you are not alone. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Continue to move forward each and every day. Continue to build yourself up. Continue to learn, to grow, to teach if you can. And understand that the smear campaign is not anything you want to be going through. And for anyone who believed in the narcissistic smear campaign, shame on you. Honestly, shame on you. You could have done something. You could have been there for people to help them out. You could have helped build people up, but instead you cowered just like the narcissist. You took the cheap way. You took the low road, the low vibrational way. Anyway, guys, God bless you. I love you all. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye, you guys.